Welcome to Japan and More, where we answer your questions about traveling Japan. Today's question is, what is sumo wrestling in Japan? Well, first of all, I have to tell you that we love sumo. We watch every tournament. It is Japan's national sport, and it's very popular in Japan. The tournaments often sell out.
In today's video, we're going to talk about sumo rituals, the rules, rankings, the Grand Sumo Tournament, and how to watch sumo outside of Japan. Sumo is full of rituals and ancient customs. Sumo started about 1,500 years ago as a Shinto ritual. It was held once a year. The primary purpose of it was to pray for a good harvest. It became more of a spectator sport during the Edo period around the 1700s. Only men can compete as professional sumo wrestlers. They can become apprentice wrestlers and enter a sumo stable as young as the age of 15 years old. They are required to live in the stable once they join. And the stable is a dormitory-style gymnasium. All aspects of their lives are dictated by the strict tradition of sumo.
The sumo wrestlers wear a top knot hairstyle, which was popular during the Edo period. And it also serves another purpose. It protects their head in case they fall on top of their head. The dohyo is the ring that the sumo wrestlers wrestle on. It is clay-packed and outlined with rice straw. The ring is 2 feet high and 15 feet in diameter. It is rebuilt for every tournament. That means that they destroy it at the end of the tournament and then rebuild it every time. The opponents, before they wrestle, they toss salt into the ring to purify the ring. And there's a roof suspended over the ring that is supposed to represent a Shinto shrine. The gyoji is the referee. The referee wears a beautiful samurai kimono and holds a fan to symbolize his ranking authority. The tassels on the fan show the ranking authority by color. The gyoji sings the names of the opponents before each match and then sings the name of the winner after the match.
The rules for sumo are pretty straightforward. There are 2 wrestlers, and they are called rikishi. They wear only a silken loincloth called a mawashi. The mawashi is 10 yards long by 2 feet. And it's wrapped up and tied into this fancy belt, adjusted according to the person they are going to wrestle against, whether it's loose or tight on the wrestler. The goal of each bout is to try to push the opponent out of the ring. The first person that either steps outside of the ring or touches the ground loses the bout. There are approximately 70 strategic moves that the wrestlers can win by. They can't hit with a balled up fist. They have to hit with an open hand. They cannot pull hair, and they cannot gouge eyes, and they can't choke their opponent, and also they can't kick them in the stomach. Sumo wrestling is very real, it's very painful, and it is not fake in any way whatsoever.
Most of the bouts are over in less than a minute, so there's a lot of build-up. Before the bout, the sumo wrestlers try to intimidate each other. They glare at each other and stomp their feet, and they throw salt into the ring. This is allowed for up to 4 minutes before the bout begins. For the most exciting, prominent matches, there are colorful banners that parade around the ring. Each of these banners represents a sponsor, and there's a monetary prize for the winner. The more banners that you see parading around the ring, the higher the potential earnings for the winner.
Okay, let's get into rankings. There are no weight classes in sumo wrestling. There are approximately 800 professional sumo wrestlers, and they all weigh somewhere between 200 to 400 or more pounds. And there's no weight class dividing the weights up. So a 200-pounder will sometimes wrestle a 400-pounder. The rankings, called the banzuke, are announced after each tournament. Wrestlers get promoted or demoted according to their performance in the last tournament. They must win 8 bouts or more in order to get promoted. If they lose 8 or more bouts, then they stand a good chance of getting demoted.
Makuuchi is the upper division of sumo wrestlers. There are approximately 42 sumo wrestlers in the upper division, and there are 5 ranks. The top rank is the yokozuna. This is the grand champion, and there's usually only 1 or 2 yokozuna. In total, there have only been 73 yokozuna. And actually, wrestlers from Mongolia have dominated the role of yokozuna since the 90s. Once you become yokozuna, you can't get demoted. So if you start losing and you're not deserving of the title any longer, then you must retire. The next 3 ranks are called sanyaku. The top rank is ozeki, and this is the champion. In order for an ozeki to become yokozuna, they have to win 2 consecutive tournaments. This is just to be considered to get promoted to yokozuna. The next level is sekiwake, and then komusubi. And then the bottom level are maegashira. The Grand Sumo Tournament takes place 6 times a year. It is 3 times in Tokyo in January, May, and September. In March, it is in Osaka. In July, it's in Nagoya. And in November, it's in Fukuoka.
The tournament lasts 15 days. Each day starts with the lowest ranked wrestlers and gets more exciting as the day goes on. Around 3 p.m., the higher ranked sumo wrestlers will start competing against each other, with the final bout just before 6 p.m., which will be the yokozuna against one of the leading wrestlers for the tournament.
If you're interested in watching sumo outside Japan, you can watch it via the NHK app. They show the Grand Sumo highlights, and it's on demand, and it airs usually the following day. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And tell us your questions about traveling Japan in the comments section below. We might answer it in the next episode.
And for more information about traveling Japan, check us out at japanandmore.com. Thanks for watching.